Good morning. My name is Naomi, and I'm here to tell you a story about the Bible, from the Bible, about me, and about God's people. This is a piece of the desert that I wandered through. The desert is a really hard place to live. In the nighttime, it gets so cold that we need lots of blankets to keep us warm. And in the daytime, the sand is so hot that I am thankful we have sandals we can wear. Yes, the wind blows, and it changes the landscape, and sometimes the sand, it stings our face. It is really hard to live in the desert. But God loved us so much. He loved us so much that he gave us the 10 best ways to live. And we made a special container called the Ark. I don't know if we can get a close-up. Can we switch to get a small close-up of the Ark? And we built this Ark so that we could carry around the 10 best ways to live. And during the day, we carried them around, and at night, we placed the 10 best ways in a tent so that it would be safe. For 40 years, we wandered in the desert, carrying the Ark with the 10 best ways. And we carried it everywhere that we went in the desert. God had made us a promise. He promised to lead us through the waters to Jordan. And when we arrived there, oh, it was a beautiful land. And we were so excited to see this new land. But there were other people who were living in this land, and they didn't want us to stay, and they didn't want to leave. And so they fought with us, and they even took our Ark. But we stayed in the land of God, in the land that God had promised us, because we were home. After a very long time, the people of God, one of the persons of God, King David, he captured a city called Jerusalem. And when he captured this city called Jerusalem, he built himself a palace, a beautiful place to live. He didn't live in a tent anymore. And he even found the Ark. And he placed the Ark back in the tent. With all of the other important elements. And they called this tent the tabernacle. And there was a special way for everyone, for the priests, to come close to God in the Holy of Holiest places. So now remember, King David lived in a palace. And when he brought the Ark back, he placed it in a tent, and he thought, that's not right. Why am I living in a palace, but the Ark of God with the 10 best ways to live is only in a tent? I want to build it a palace, something grand, maybe a temple. But God spoke, and God said, no, No, you will not build the temple, but your son will. And so when Solomon, David's son, became the king, he built a temple in Jerusalem. And it was grand. And they moved all of the elements to the temple. It took many, many years and many people to build the temple, a dwelling place for God. And they even moved the ark. And they placed the ark in the Holy of Holies. This place is where God dwells with us. Now there was no longer a need for the tabernacle. If you go to Jerusalem today, you will not find a temple like this. You will not find the ark. But that's okay, because they are still with us. The 10 best ways are still with us today. I wonder, where do the 10 best ways live now? Now that the ark is no longer, now that the ark and the temple was destroyed when we were exiled, I wonder, where do the 10 best ways live now? I wonder if you are in a holy place right now. I wonder if when we gather with other believers, I wonder if that's a holy place. I wonder, why did God not let David build the temple?